You're going to want to hear this about what happened with Sam Bankman-Fried. Yes, I haven't brought him up in a long time, but you're going to want to hear this. Plus, if you want to stay to the end of this video, I'm just warning you right now, it's a bit gruesome of what happened to somebody in the crypto space, unfortunately. Anyways, please like and subscribe and check us below if you want to see what coins we're getting into, market updates, my thoughts on the market constantly. And I am on Sir Crypto Tips on Twitter. Okay. Sam Bankman-Fried donated $93 million in stolen customer funds to US politicians. But because he paid off 1/3 of Congress, and who knows who else he has paid off, today the US government dropped a political campaign finance criminal charge against SBF. So if you're ever wondering why Heidi and I have zero faith in the US government system or elsewhere really, this is just one reason. Keep in mind, this is just what happened with SBF. Can you imagine what has happened with presidents, military commanders, central banks, and so on, media outlets? Oh my gosh, I don't even want to get into it. It'll make me sick. Let's move on. So this is Michael Burry from The Big Short, if you ever watched that movie. So he tweeted just recently under Cassandra BC, that is his Twitter handle, maybe it's time for a market correction. Well, okay, so he's saying that there's going to be a giant crash. I have no idea, but keep in mind he has been wrong recently. We never had like a giant crash, and so actually the S&P is at near all-time highs, NASDAQ all-time highs, and so on. So yeah, he was completely wrong, and he actually admitted this, but now he's saying he's getting a little bearish now. Moving on, let's talk about the bear market, okay? Let's go over to Rect Capital. Now, he says it's been over 365 days since the Bitcoin bull market peaked at $65,000, which means that the bear market is getting close to ending. Now, personally, this has been a great accumulation phase. You guys probably know that we've been accumulating, especially hardcore, since 24,000 on down to under $20,000. But he says historically bear markets tend to find their absolute bottom price approximately 365 days after the previous bull market peak. Yeah, so we are very much ready to probably go up pretty soon, and especially looking at how few people are in the market right now. This is going to be an amazing opportunity, especially when we have only 10% of Bitcoin left on exchanges, plus the amount of wallets that are holding 1 Bitcoin and above are at all-time highs. I mean, and then spot ETFs are coming, and then you have the halving. I mean, I can go on and on, but like, I don't see how people could be incredibly bearish here, other than Capo, but I think he's just a perma-bear. Anyways, let's move on. So Dan Hell, this is really interesting. SEC Chair Gensler says, crypto is a highly speculative asset class filled with fraud. But Dan also pointed out, bank fines since 2000, year 2000, for fraud, money laundering, theft, market manipulation, and scamming equals to $379,539,737,597. So yeah, these guys are the biggest scammers. And if you ever want to look at a really good book, it's called Confessions of an Economic Hitman. Yikes. Lastly, just letting you know, this is a bit gruesome, okay? So if you want to turn this off, turn it off now. Okay, so here's something from the New York Post. It says, missing millionaire crypto influencer found dismembered in suitcase. Gnarly. So this businessman had accumulated millions renting luxury vehicles and selling cryptocurrency, which he frequently advertised to his 900,000 followers on Instagram. And I checked out like if that was true, and yes, he did. He had lots of pictures of Lambos and just showing off fancy watches and fancy hotels and stuff. Guys, like, this is what we've been warning about with people that are, I mean, especially for me on Twitter, I'm very active, and I tell people, hey, keep your money to yourself. You know, you don't need to be showing this off. If you're showing off your money, pretty darn insecure in this space. So my suggestion is just keep it on the lowdown. If you can't make a lot of money, enjoy it to yourself. You don't need to show the whole world that. Anyways, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you soon.